The University of Peradeniya first opened its doors to the world in 1952. The University of Ceylon, as it was then called, was the culmination of the vision, dedication, hard work, and perseverance of its founding fathers. Their vision was a university, as Sir Ivor Jennings wrote, not merely to give him whatever knowledge will be useful to him, but also to enable him to stand up to his job, however difficult it may be. What is more, we have to train him to be a citizen and to assume his responsibilities as a citizen, quite independently of his employment or profession. It is on these high ideals of professional and social responsibility that Peradeniya was founded. The Duke of Edinburgh, in his speech at the opening ceremony held in 1954, said, "Now these gardens have become headquarters for the more peaceful battle against ignorance. Beautiful buildings and lovely surroundings will not be themselves ensure success of the university. Success depends on the type of man and woman who graduates from here and their subsequent work." Renowned for its beautiful landscape and its iconic architecture, the University of Peradeniya has over the last 60 years fulfilled this ideal. We have been fortunate in the dedicated staff of teachers and administrators, in the outstanding graduates, and the pioneering researchers who laid the groundwork and built the dream that made the University of Peradeniya the reality that it is today. It is on their shoulders that all of us here today stand. The people of Peradeniya are now, as they have always been, the lifeblood, the vitality, and the creative force that is this institution. Over the last 60 years, the university has grown in the scope of the educational opportunities that it offers, in its infrastructure and facilities, and of course in the number of people who call it home. We now boast 8 faculties of study with more than 70 departments, institutes of postgraduate training, and research facilities that are among the best in the country. Research has been a major part of our university. It was to share and celebrate the achievements in this arena that the annual research sessions of the University of Peradeniya were started in 1992 as a faculty-level event. Under the recommendation of the Senate Research Committee, this was expanded in 1996 to the Peradeniya University Research Sessions, a university-level event that would open the doors of communication between researchers of different faculties, enabling and enhancing cooperation and collaboration in research. An essential step, as collaborative research aimed at finding holistic answers to everyday problems is now more important than ever. PERS 2012 marks the 17th gathering of this nature.
The Faculty of Agriculture. The Faculty of Agriculture is the leader in agriculture higher education in Sri Lanka. During its 60 years long academic journey, the faculty has embraced new frontiers and formed an extensive research and development network with the local and international institutes. Currently, the faculty offers 3 degree programs and plays the major role in the academic programs of the Postgraduate Institute of Agriculture. Research in crop and animal production, post-harvest technology, pests and diseases, biotechnology, soil and water, food and nutrition, economics and business, and organizational management led by the faculty have contributed significantly to the national research agenda and generated publications of international acclaim.
The Faculty of Allied Health Sciences. The Faculty of Allied Health Sciences is the youngest faculty of the University of Peradeniya and was established in 2007. The faculty offers 5 professional degree programs, namely BSc Nursing, BSc Physiotherapy, BSc Medical Laboratory Sciences, BSc Pharmacy, and BSc in Radiography. All these programs are designed to produce a new generation of competent professionals in allied health sciences and nursing, with research comprehension while assisting the current force to adapt to new knowledge, to face new challenges of both local and foreign necessities.
The Faculty of Arts. The Faculty of Arts, being one of the largest faculties in the university system, offers an enviable number of disciplines to its students. It is in the forefront of undergraduate and postgraduate teaching of humanities, social sciences, management, education, fine arts, and law. The faculty is proud of being able to offer special higher education services to differently abled students and is the only faculty to do so in the country. The academic staff of the faculty is dedicated to produce graduates who excel in education, research, and in creative thinking in the fields of social sciences and humanities. The multifaceted research produced by the faculty has earned both local and international acclaim. The Faculty of Dental Sciences. The Faculty of Dental Sciences is the only educational institution in Sri Lanka which offers the bachelor's degree in dental surgery and was established in 1943 as the Department of Dental Surgery of the University of Ceylon. With the help of the Japanese government, the faculty was newly constructed in the present location in 1998. Today, the Faculty of Dental Sciences is fully established with 7 departments and several units, and owns a dental teaching hospital with all necessary modern equipment for undergraduate and postgraduate teaching, research, and patient care. The faculty has received local and international support and appreciation for its excellent research and training program. The overall mission is to promote oral health in Sri Lanka by being a center of excellence in the provision of dental undergraduate and postgraduate training, research in basic and applied sciences of dentistry, in training dental surgeons, dental specialists, and other dental auxiliary professionals necessary for this country.
The Faculty of Engineering, with 7 departments of study, has over the years from its inception acquired a well-earned reputation for excellence in engineering education and research in Sri Lanka. With well-equipped laboratory facilities, highly qualified, dedicated staff, and the cream of Sri Lankan students, the faculty for many years has not only produced excellent engineers but also has made many research findings of great significance, contributing immensely to the development of this country. With its relentless pursuits of excellence in engineering research and education, the faculty in 2012 alone has produced a number of award-winning and internationally recognized researchers, perpetuating its reputation as one of the foremost faculties of engineering in this region of the world.
The Faculty of Medicine. The Faculty of Medicine was inaugurated in 1962 as the second medical school in the country. It has 15 departments of study and 6 units under its roof. It now boasts of about 150 academic staff members. Over 200 local students and 10 Bhutanese students are enrolled in the undergraduate program each year. Every year, graduates of the medical faculty secure top positions in the island-wide merit ranking. There has been remarkable development in the faculty research activities in the recent years. The faculty has attracted several major grants and awards which have resulted in many publications. Nearly 55 postgraduates are currently enrolled in MPhils and PhDs supervised by the academic staff of our faculty. The international collaboration through the South Asian Clinical Toxicology Research Center has expanded the research network in the faculty. The faculty offers a number of service functions, postgraduate educational programs, and outreach activities for the community.
The Faculty of Science. The Faculty of Science comprises of 8 departments, namely Botany, Chemistry, Mathematics, Molecular Biology and Biotechnology, Physics, Statistics and Computer Science, and Zoology. The Science Education Unit and the Science Industry Interaction Cell are its main outreach arms. The faculty is committed to excellence in research in its core disciplines and in interdisciplinary areas such as nanotechnology and conservation biology. The faculty has a thriving research community who routinely publish in ISI journals including high-wire journals such as Nature and Science, and is recognized for their contributions through numerous awards. The faculty contributes to the academic progress of the Postgraduate Institute of Science, which has become one of the leading postgraduate degree awarding institutes in Sri Lanka.
The Faculty of Veterinary Medicine and Animal Science. The Faculty of Veterinary Medicine and Animal Science is the only higher education institute offering the Bachelor of Veterinary Science degree in Sri Lanka. The highly reputed research program of the faculty encompasses both clinical and non-clinical disciplines, including epidemiology, novel surgical interventions, advanced reproductive technologies, food and feed analysis, zoonotic diseases, genetic characterization of indigenous livestock, and molecular diagnostic tools. Research collaborations with world-renowned veterinary schools have helped the faculty make an impact on veterinary research in a regional context. Outreach activities are supported by Veterinary Teaching Hospital, Ambulatory Clinic, Veterinary Teaching Farm, Rabies Diagnostic Center, Center for Aquatic Animal Diseases Diagnosis and Research, and Food Safety and Quality Assurance Laboratory. The faculty has completed a state-of-the-art small animal teaching hospital, enhancing its clinical services.
Please exhale. Now please inhale slowly.
The Murphy's sign is positive.
I wonder how Murphy discovered this.
Murphy's sign? Research, of course.
I have been wondering about the meaning of present-day research.
Why? Do you think it's meaningless?
Well, I don't have evidence to say so. But there have to be reasons to do research.
Yes, there are plenty of good reasons to do research. But of course, to do research, you should have a curious mind. You know, some things that we wouldn't even think of as research are really great examples of what these curious minds have given us.
Like what?
I'll show you. One of the best examples is from our great teacher here at Peradeniya, Mahayanadi. Professor Eduvira Sarachandra's curiosity and his observations in the folk drama transformed into a modern indigenous theatre style. He travelled to rural villages like Hippitia all over the country and observed folk dramas such as Sokari, Nadagam, Sandakinduru, and generated an enormous collection of data, which he published under the title Sinhalese Folkplay in 1952. His effort ultimately resulted in a piece of art that captured the hearts and minds of millions.
Wow, Manav. Incredible. He had a curious mind. So he was a researcher.
Exactly. His observations captured the rhythm of feelings in his place at a fundamental level. That's why we are still being touched by his place even today. What are we doing here?
Well, if that is research, then I think another example is Professor Mahali, who is a living legend. His abstract thinking, curiosity, and creativity were instrumental in developing many of the devices in this lab. He himself crafted some of the equipments in the workshop for student research and teaching.
I have heard that he is very humble and quiet.
He had a curious mind. For his immense contribution in the field of aircraft vibration, the Rolls-Royce company undertook a fully sectioned jet engine at his request. That is only he wanted for his work, more material to teach students.
Isn't it amazing that such great art and brilliant engineering came from the minds here at Peradeniya? It's truly inspiring. I feel proud that I'm going to be a Peradeniya graduate one day.
There are probably many more examples of great researchers in the past and even now here in Peradeniya. These are just two examples that came to me. Hey, look at his eyes, the fundus. It's much paler than normal. I have seen this several times in patients like this.
So, you are curious?
Yes, of course.
Then document it and try to compare it to the existing literature. You know, your curiosity will succeed in moving science forward even if it is just a little bit. We see hundreds of patients every day in hospitals. Imagine what it would be like if all the doctors and medical students had curious minds. What a lot we could learn.
Exactly. That is why a famous surgeon, Professor Chanarathungi, is always saying that a doctor should come to the ward with a curious mind and watchful eyes.